My name is Leia and welcome to my Draw My Life video. In the early 90s, my dad was a complete punk rocker in the punk rock scene and was the lead singer of a band with long black hair. He met my mom and they eventually fell in love. And not too long after that, my mom became pregnant with me. And no, that's not a tumor. It's her belly. And when I was born, my parents, being the huge Star Wars fans that they are, well, my dad decided that I should be named Leia, Princess Leia. Growing up, and when I was about until 5 years old, I had long curly blonde hair. And I was an only child, so I did pretty much everything by myself. We were a perfect, happy family. My dad was an artist, and my mom was a photographer. Pretty soon, we had our own shirt business where my dad designed all the art, and we printed on shirts for businesses, and it was down the street from our house. Things were perfect. And we also had 3 cats, which started my cat obsession: Spooky, Puff Kitty, and Taffy. 2004 was a really bad year for us. It started off good when we started to get a deal with Walmart for my dad's Halloween decorations he created, and we were about to make it big. But my dad had asthma and he suffered from a lot of stress with all that was going on. On December 9th, 2004, my dad passed away. It completely changed my life forever. I went through a lot, and I developed post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, anything you can name. Middle school was probably the worst time for me, the worst place ever. 5th and 6th grade, I was completely bullied all the time by kids. They would call me names all the time and make fun of me and tell me I'm never gonna make it anywhere and I'm never gonna be popular. I became so sad about this that I was so addicted to carrying around my pillow all the time and eating Tums. Weird addiction. When I was 11 years old, I hated everything and I even contemplated suicide. I had to switch between 3 schools in middle school. I went to a Christian school for only 2 days, but I eventually went to an online school. But in 7th grade, I went back to school. But between these times, I realized that I really, really loved music, and I found out I can write music and taught myself how to play piano. And figuring out that I could sing was probably the coolest thing ever. Once high school came around, it was actually a little bit better than middle school. Despite the fact that I was going through the worst awkward stage ever, with braces, glasses, and no style. And I loved Hannah Montana. She was the coolest. In high school, I really figured out who my true friends were, including a few others. I also found out that I really love social media. – 2008 was a great year because I found out about YouTube, and JKL inspired me a lot. I eventually became friends with them, and through them, I met a lot of other people that truly, truly are great people. When I started really getting into YouTube, I was hooked. I couldn't stop, and it was the greatest thing I've ever done. And suddenly, the views started rising. And I thought, all these bullies that made fun of me, look at me now. YouTube became my life. In 2011, I met a few guys and became a lead singer-songwriter of a band. But we eventually broke up. In 2012, I went to Hollywood, California with my best friend Megan, who I met online. We went to VidCon, and I honestly had the best time of my life and was so inspired. When I came home, I thought, I want to move to LA. Whether I be a singer someday, a songwriter, film editor, or producer, I don't know yet, but I know that I'll choose the right thing. And I know that 2013 is going to be a big year. So whatever I choose in life, I know for a fact that my dad will be proud with whatever I do. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching me over the past 5 years. It's amazing how fast time goes.